welcome to Acting the Fool. Where are my fools at? Come on. Hell yeah. Welcome all our friends. Yes, I welcome our friends from China. It's going to be great. Let's open up a little comedy. You guys ready to laugh? We got a great show. We got great heavy metal from Mordred. Burlesque dancing. It's going to be great. But first, you have to listen to me, your host, Jason Cole. Are you ready for this? Well, it started out in Wuhan, China, 'cause somebody ate a bat's vagina. Come on. And the US of A would not be outdone, so we imported the virus. Now we're #1 in deaths, and I'm out of supplies. I ain't got a thing. If you got some toilet paper, you get to be king. Yeah, we barely try to quarantine, 'cause wearing a mask is such an oppressive thing. Hey, and now we're all gonna die 'cause we didn't prepare. So I'll shelter and hide in my porno lair. Oh my God, give it up for me. Give it up for my roadie, Brian Crow, huh? My name is Jason Cole. Welcome to Acting the Fool. Mordred, these guys. I think I might have seen you at the Stone in the late 80s. Were you guys there? Yeah. Or how about the Berkeley Square? Remember that club? Yeah. It's a fucking furniture store. I bought a couch. I got a mortgage. What are you guys doing? Let's address the hair, guys. Woo! This is looking... I haven't had a haircut in 6 months. You give me a hat, I look like a guy that knows how to find hookers on a speedboat. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of... You ever been on the Delta 2 in the afternoon, one of your drunk friends, let's get some hookers, and somebody's uncle's like, dude, give me your boat. Give me your boat. I know where to go. I know where to go. You're like, this guy has good weed. He did. He was my uncle. Plot twist. Okay. I'm out of breath doing that comedy. Guys, I used to do music. You guys are actually professional musicians. I am a semi-professional failed musician. I spent 20 years, 30 years, too many years. This is a great flashback. It reminds me of playing shows where nobody shows up. But we're on the Zoom. Hello, web people. I can see myself on tape delay, touching my head. That's fucking fun. I like these Zoom shows. I did a Zoom show last night, and we were in person on the stage, and it's like, it was combining two of my biggest fears, which is an online intervention, you know, for my drugs and alcohol, and then having a show with only comedians in the audience. It was awful. It was awful, but I did great. Am I done talking about my hair? I have some more jokes. I look like head of HR for an Amber Alert. That's good. It's all self-deprecation, guys. I can't punch up or down. What am I? I'm a white guy. Middle-aged white guy. Let's slow it down. I'm going to start my timer. This is professional comedy. So what I want to talk about is my chest rash. Who's with me? There's some people here. Fuck yeah. I know there's a lot going on outside. They look like they're filming like Blade Runner 3 out there. That's going to look great at night. I imagine somebody's going to be welding there. It's going to look cool. But guys, let's get serious. I'm sweating already. I have health insurance. I'm a white guy. I have sweat rash. So I have a, over-the-counter ointment's not going to do it. I have prescription chest ointment. I could see people turning off all across the country. So it helps. It soothes. I put it on after the shower, but in like 15 minutes, it dries up to a white, flaky crust, not unlike human man semen. These guys know. So I only put it on after I shower when I'm staying in, which has been every night. For 6 months, a year. Okay. But anyway, I go out on a date last week for the purpose of this joke, and so I shower. I get look as good as I can possibly look, and I go out. We meet for some social distancing thing that I made up, and it goes great. Of course, we go back to her house, condo, apartment, trailer. We go back to her ex-husband's trailer. It's getting hot and heavy. I take my shirt off, give her another chance to back out, and. Immediately, she's looking at my chest, not like a, hey, do you work out, silver fox kind of look? More like, what? And then I realized I put on the ointment out of habit, and then I need to save it because I still need to get laid. I'm trying to break No Nut 2020. So I got to save it, right? I need to find the right words. Don't worry, it's not jizz. Those weren't the right words, but it's all I could think of. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where somebody says, don't worry, it's not jizz. That doesn't have a happy ending. Poor choice of words. That doesn't end well. It gets worse. I follow up, don't worry, it's not jizz. It's just my prescription ointment for my pervasive chest rash, okay? You can hear the vagina's getting dry in this room. God damn it. It smells like incense. Whew, give me some ice cream. It's like my uncle's van. What? Okay. Just some backstory. This metal band, I offended the metal band? Come on, let's get real. But I did not end up having a threesome with this girl. Come on. Hooray for me, no threesome? Maybe more smoke will. Fuck yeah. I banged this pregnant chick. I think it still counts. Guys, third trimester, it was a person. Republicans, back me up. Relax, she's not gonna keep it. What? M. Night Shyamalan, twist ending. It was an abortion joke the whole time. Was that my 2-minute light, Brian?
Yeah, but run with it.
Fuck yeah. Sorry, there was other lights going on. I'm seeing lights. You guys are great. You guys are good. We're going to have heavy metal. We got cool dancers, and we got free beer. Who's up for that? Let me consult my set list. I'm actually dating a new girl. I think she has a little bit of a stutter. Like every Wednesday, she has to go to a meeting. Brand new joke, thought of it yesterday, thank you. I couldn't do last night on a show because there was a stuttering comedian, and now she's probably watching this. But anyway, you white males laughed, and that's why you're bad people. What's my closer? I am growing old. We're all old here, right? Who's over 50? Round of applause. Jesus, I thought you were old. You know what it is? The band looks older than they are. They're all like 30. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Why should I shit on the band? They're fucking great. They're better than me. What I want to say is that I'm old and I'm doing old things. I'm starting to do bird watching. Where are my bird watchers at? That's old. I'm starting to pick up other people's trash when I go hiking. And sometimes when I fart, I shit in my pants. Who's there? Old people. Fucking A. You guys ready for some music? Again, this is Acting the Fool with Mordred. We're going to have heavy metal all day and me and all their great stuff. Stick around, please. Almost welcome to the band. My name is Jason Cole. Please donate if there is a donate. I need help. Are you guys ready to rock?
We all need help.
Mordred, everybody.
Survives and working hard to try to keep him alive. He's only 14 years old, he's got the better outside. Think it's fair, he's too young to die. Also still his heart quest, that's why suck his life back. And run away in the street, he sells crack. Overdose to the kidney, the menus had him under sun. If he could turn it around, till that he would. How's the boy gonna hate? One lost and dying age. The cause of all this pain, those survivors they'll say it's all the greed and hate. One must retaliate. The truth is never plain, understand this is the stray. The stray. Primary society standard, that what makes you a good man. In the wrong, he just wants to fit in the plan. Teach kids to wealth and power, but if you happen to live on the wrong side, gotta live a life of crime, just keep you alive. Take morality has lost, everyone's to be shit for the top. We can't change the world, but the moment can't restore. In this age we lost our value, and maybe nothing can suffice. Human to a crush of self, self-destructive eyes. Stop the greed and hate. One must you got soul.
Woo! Give it up for Mordred. Heck yeah. Now that's what I call a guitar riff. Heck yeah, that'll wake you up. Are you guys ready for the news?
It's Saturday, September 5th. You're not dead yet. I'm Brian Crow, and this is In a Handbasket News. Hit the music, Fisty! Our top story tonight, San Francisco-based tech monster Salesforce. You know the building downtown that looks like a giant glowing dildo? They've announced that employees will be allowed to work from home until August of 2021. And if you're a parent, you will get to an additional 6 weeks of paid time off. So if you work at Salesforce, start fucking. Presidential hopeful and mental case Kanye West is facing a possible election fraud investigation after reportedly submitting fake signatures to get his name on the ballot in several states. And then the scroll stopped. God damn it. There we go. Thank you. Stop, please. The hip-hop artist has released a statement saying the signatures aren't fake, they're just samples. Besides, my talent is fraudulent, my campaign should be too. Fast food stalwarts Kentucky Fried Chicken have suspended use of their iconic slogan, finger licking good. And then it stopped again. I fucking hate technology. Bill Gates! They said, because it doesn't quite fit the current environment, see, licking fingers, it could spread who God knows what. Besides, if we're gonna make somebody sick, we wanna make sure it's because of our food, not some damn virus. Brothels across the country are clamoring to adopt the slogan for themselves. In related culinary news, Taco Bell, for the second time this year, are streamlining their menu and removing items like the Mexican pizza, shredded chicken, and the 7-layer burrito. And to make matters worse, the remaining menu items will still taste like shit. But hey, if you have to eat there, remember to wash that crap down with the cool, refreshing taste of pennyweight craft beer. Whether it's, you see how I worked that in? Whether it's a Hazy Lazy IPA, or the thing that stopped scrolling, thank you Connie, you love you, the Avnis Barrel Aged Golden Sour Ale, or my favorite, the Sip in Place Blonde Ale, pick up a 6-pack, a 12-packer, fuck it, get a case. Wash away that horrible taste of Taco Bell and some of your memories too. Remember, nothing lightens the load quite like pennyweight beer. And the next morning, when you are so hungover you feel like 5 miles of bad road, brew up a nice strong pot of coffee from Speyside Coffee Roasting Company. Located in the Moray village of Garmouth, Scotland, Grant and Jody Spence are roasting only small batches of single origin beans from Brazil and Guatemala. You can order from them online at speysidecoffee.co.uk. And they say, it's fucking great! Not that crap you get from fucking Seattle. That's shite for fucking pussies!
That's fucking right!
Speyside Roasting Company. Don't be pussies. In international news, on August 24th, a University of Hong Kong scientist revealed evidence of a 33-year-old man who had been diagnosed with COVID-19 and quickly recovered with only mild symptoms. Shortly thereafter, he was again diagnosed as being reinfected, adhering to the old saying, if at first you don't succeed, well, you know the rest. Way to stick to it, buddy. In Germany, scientists learning about the spread of COVID-19 have done a government-sanctioned research study soliciting 4,000 people ages 18 to 50 to attend one of 3 indoor concerts by singer Tim Bensko. Yeah, I don't know who he is either. The idea, though, was to track if and how the virus spreads in that kind of indoor environment. The results are still pending, and it's also unclear if the volunteers were taken there by train. In entertainment news, Tiger King star and one-time suspected murderer Carol Baskin is to be featured on the upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars. When asked about her chances of winning, she said that she doesn't really care about winning. She just wants to make sure that she earns the opportunity to be known as the new Tanya Harding.
Oh, damn.
A Harvard English professor, speaking anonymously for the sake of this joke, is admonishing the public to, and I quote, "stop referring to today as unprecedented times while referencing precedented times. If you say it's unprecedented, like the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, that's the precedent! It defeats the whole purpose, you fucking morons!" Thank you. There is a lot going on in this crazy world we find ourselves in, and here to give some insight and always welcome commentary, I'm going to turn it over to In a Handbasket News Chief of Bullshit Analysis, Becca Henry. Becca, come on in.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. As I am sure we've all heard by now, there is a newly developed ring of reptilian celebrity pedophiles out to steal suburban children right out from under your nose. And according to someone's aunt on Facebook, it's more important than the global health crisis, the burgeoning fascist state in the United States, the centuries of systemic oppression, and I don't know, everything else that's happening right now, sure. Never mind that the government has been stealing migrant children from their parents and abusing them in cages for years. Never mind that the Catholic Church has been protecting their special collection of gross old men since the dawn of time. Where have you been? Where have you been? Is what I want to know. Don't you watch syndicated crime shows? They've been talking about this since the fucking 80s, okay? Where was this energy when your 24-year-old buddy Trevor was dating a 16-year-old? Where was this energy when R. Kelly was keeping young black girls prisoner? Where was this energy when Corey Feldman told us exactly what was happening in Hollywood? Where was this energy when your kid told you Uncle Jimmy makes them uncomfortable? Where is this energy now for the hundreds of missing Indigenous women? All of these issues are important, and all of these people deserve answers and justice, not just your little suburban white kids. You have to care about everything. You can't just care about one thing. I'm looking at you, single-issue voters who are dragging us down with your fucking privilege. Stop sexualizing young women. It is not the child's responsibility to protect themselves from adults. Tell Trevor to see a fucking therapist and date women his own age. Defund the police and fund communities. Wear a fucking mask. Fuck ICE. Black Lives Matter. And for the love of everything that is good in this world, you better fucking vote. Thank you so much, and from all of us at In a Handbasket News, good night.
I think what Becca was saying there is, Trevor, beat it. So, since we're all big fans of hard rock music, I think it's important that we announce that we lost two giants in the hard rock world this past month. I'm, of course, speaking of drummer Frankie Banali from Quiet Riot, who lost a long and hard-fought battle against pancreatic cancer, as well as legendary bassist Pete Way, founding member of UFO, whose iconic persona, impact, and influence cannot be overstated. Rest in rhythm, gentlemen. You will be missed, but you will be remembered. And finally, Speaker of the House Nancy Shakes Pelosi was caught on camera getting her hair done in an indoor San Francisco salon when those businesses were still locked down under COVID-19 safety restrictions. When initially told the public was upset, she responded, "Let him eat cake. Vegan, gluten-free, organically located sourced cake. Oh, it won't stop." To plead her case, the speaker took a page from former Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry's 1990 crack cocaine defense, saying something akin to, "Bitch, set me up." In a prepared statement, her representation elaborated, "You see, when you're the third most powerful person in the government, in the country, just 2 heartbeats away from the presidency, and you're in your home state, which is governed by your nephew, well, sometimes you just don't know what the rules are." So, while Speaker Pelosi has staff, lawyers, contacts with law enforcement, Secret Service protection, and the internet at her disposal, well, we did the only logical thing. We called the salon to ask them. And that's when they set us up. On a positive note, though, Pelosi's hair, it looks great. It's a beautiful shade of auburn with self-righteous highlights, smug overtones, and the unmistakable sheen of hypocrisy. Anyway, that's our report. Thank you for watching, and we hope you will come back next time when we're going to host something that's blocked my hands. We're going to host the final debate. It's going to be a combined presidential and vice presidential debate with special guest moderators, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Thank you all, and on behalf of myself, Becca Henry, and the entire In a Handbasket News team, remember, drive dangerously and take risks. Kisses.
All right, everybody, welcome to Mordred's Acting the Fool, Episode 4. Today I'm here with Chris Kontos, good friend of mine, many bands, verbal abuse, attitude adjustment, machine head, all kinds of other good times, Raider tailgates. Me and Chris have gone back a lot of years. He's the first man who ever introduced me to death way back in the day. And I'd like to say thank you, Chris, for being here.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to be able to talk some stuff with you and talk drums and history with you, dude. It's awesome. We go way back, homie.
So talking drums.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about drums? Because I know that your influence on my metal drumming, which is not really, I'm not really a metal drummer, but I've listened to you play and I've been like, there's parts of your songs I've struggled to play for years and still struggle, and it's been a big influence on me.
Sure.
So what got you where you are today?
Well, you know, as a kid growing up, I was kind of raised in the studio. My dad was a songwriter, idol maker, producer, arranger. You know, he discovered the Shirelles. You know, he goes way back. So he worked with Dr. John, Rick Derringer, John Hammond a lot. So I was kind of raised in the studio, and at first when I was a kid, I thought I was going to be a bass player because I've always been enamored with bass players, and I'm one of the drummers out there in the world that feels that like bass players run the stage. A solid bass player runs the stage.
Bass and drums.
Bass and drums, but for me, the drummer really is given the latitude to go the fuck off because there's a solid bass player on the stage stomping that shit out, right? So I always thought I was going to be a bass player, but drums just kind of happened at about, I would say, 7, 8 years old. I just started banging around on drums in the studio and then ended up with a kit. And then I was that kid that my stepfather would bring up on stage with his band when they would do high school dances or parties. They'd be like, let's bring Chris up to play Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Stones, right? So I was that little kid, right? Like, oh my God, the little kid can play. So that's kind of how that all started. And then just discovering records that were kind of discarded. My mom, after my mom and dad divorced, she continued to get all my dad's promo records. So I would find these, like she would grab Boss Skaggs and whatever, and I was grabbing like Alice Cooper, Killers, or Black Sabbath, and or the first Kiss album, So as that developed, I'd be out in the garage trying to, rock this thing, and it just kind of became the heavier side of stuff was really appealing to me. I was a super Van Halen fan when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Mostly I think what changed my whole trajectory was going to see Led Zeppelin in '77. And I was so freaked out by John Bonham when I was a kid. And
I'm envious of that, being able to see that show.
My stepdad was like a master at moving around gigs, around concerts. He was a short guy, and he had me in tow. So he could be like, little kid here, look out, little kid. And we'd like move right up to the front row.
Oh, rad.
And so when Zeppelin played, my whole thing was I wanted to see John Bonham up close. So he knew where they would walk on stage. And we went over to the side stage and they walked out, and when they came out, John Bonham looked right in my eyes and went, oh, little kid. And that
awesome.
That moment for me locked me into watching him for the rest of the show. Wow. And just I knew that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
A forever moment.
Yeah, a forever moment. And you know, it kind of set my course more as an entertainer than a musician, because I've always been more enamored with what you're giving and shaking asses in masses than being overly knowledgeable about rudiments, music theory, and stuff like that. It's like, it's more heartfelt, you know, kind of thing coming just out of me. So that's kind of where the whole music thing started.
Yeah.
Combination of those two things.
That's great. You say Jumpin' Jack Flash. That was like one of the first songs I played in a band when I was a kid, when I actually started playing in bands with kids. But like you said, Van Halen was a huge influence. Of course, you know, I started off listening to the Beatles. Same thing. My mom was a musician.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the drummers wouldn't show up for practice, hey, Jeff, play, you know, Linda Ronstadt songs and stuff like that, whatever. And I'd just kind of fit in. But that was my introduction also. So we kind of, it's kind of funny that we both had a little bit of it. I was in the studio so much as a kid that I would fall asleep underneath the piano.
Oh yeah.
And I even when I record nowadays, if I get into a studio, I get tired. I can sleep in that environment because I'm so used to it as a child.
Yes. Black couch. Wood dials. You know,
music's blaring and I'm just right asleep.
Yeah, it's comfort zone. It's a total comfort zone for me, man. Yeah.
Childhood comfort zone. Yeah. Well, that's, man, being able to have John Bonham look at you and say something, that's amazing.
That was a you know, moment for me, you know, and I've always just, you know, I've been into like Billy Cobham and like, you know, that's where I kind of stole my fast hands stuff from.
Orchestra?
Yeah, you know, not as much like the jazz elements of it, but the fast hands stuff, the long rolls, the China cymbals, you know what I mean? Like, what's that sound?
Billy was the first one I ever heard play double bass.
Me too.
Was Billy Cobham.
Me too.
I mean,
yeah. And it took years for me to finally throw down a double bass drum beat.
Yeah.
The first two, you know, full straight ahead kind of double bass beats I ever played was, well, it's probably 3 songs. Kill the King by Rainbow, Cozy Powell, Motorhead's Overkill.
Oh yeah.
And Except Fast as a Shark. You know, and then with Fast as a Shark, that's when I first was able to like separate snare beats from just to you know what I mean? Like doing that in there, that was like a, you know, light bulb explosion. Just your hand can come off of that, like, you know.
Putting the ghost notes in there.
Everything's found for me, really. You know, I mean, that's why I tried to do that 10 drummers thing on Facebook. You know, 10 drummers that had a great influence on you over 10 days.
Oh, gotcha.
I got to day 10 and it was fucking nowhere near done. You know, no, I had to do 20.
Oh, I
you know,
get that.
And just inspiration comes in so many different forms for me. You know.
You know, I want to get off the beaten path of drums because I really got inspired also by you when you started doing BMX biking.
Oh yeah.
And since then, I told you earlier, but I'm gonna bring up again on this thing is I got a BMX because I'm trying to melt. I need to lose some weight myself. And Chris gave me some good advice, but he has some really good stories. And I just wanted to click on the one because I was telling Chris about how I was speeding out on my pedals, and he was talking about how he first locked in. But I want to maybe you can share that first moment of that wreck you had that you told me about.
Oh, the wreck where I hurt my shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the BMX progression kind of started after I fell into a coma in 2013. It was a chronic problem I had with 2 salivary glands. They were getting impacted because the valve under my tongue was opened. It wasn't one way, it was just open. So food particles and everything were washing into the glands. And it became chronic. It's what kind of saw me out of Machine Head, what I got sick with Machine Head. And I had procedures over the years, but it got really bad. And by the time 2013 came around, I had been hospitalized many times over the years, but I had a thumb-sized stone in one of the glands, and they had to remove both of them. And the surgery is from your ear to your chin. It's a huge scar. And
don't see a scar.
No, well, the doctor, he said, look, he found out about the music thing. And he goes, I don't want to put a giant fucking scar on your face. You're prone to getting your fucking picture taken, you know, and it's going to be a fucking gnarly scar. I'm going to do this under your tongue. You know, and at the time, dude, I was super unhealthy. I was drinking and drugging really fucking hard, a little disillusioned with the music industry at that point. Trying to find my way out of it. Didn't know really why, but I was just kind of feeling done. And I went into this surgery. I was 339 pounds, really not healthy, and fell into a coma. The surgery went sideways. I had swelling, blood loss, my heart stopped, all this shit.
Man,
came out of that,
dude.
yeah, came out of the coma 5 days later, and I was just fucking spurting BMX. I mean, I was talking about names from '83 and all these people I knew back in the day when I kind of left the sport. I really was kind of just around town kind of BMXer, but there was all my friends that were racing and going places with BMX. And then they were wearing casts, and then they were on crutches. And I'm like, I'm playing drums, you know, like, so it was this thing where I just left it behind.
Get hurt.
So I'm spitting out all these names from '83, and my wife, Gwen, and my mom are tripping, like, what the fuck is he on about, you know? And the progression of BMX had changed so much that 2010, they had opened up the age groups by every 5 years. Back in the day, if you were 32 years old riding a BMX bike, you were a freak. Like, you know, you were a freak. Now, 40-year-olds want their shit back. You know what I mean? They're like, I invented this shit. Let me get in that helmet. You know? So I found out that, you know, at that time, I knew that BMX had made it to the Olympics in 2008. And I was stoked on that. So when I woke up out of this coma, I was hell-bent on it. And the doctor told my mom and my wife, look, comas are weird. People come out of coma speaking French. People come out of coma as fucking stipple artists who've never drawn a stick man in their life, and now they're doing portraits. Weird shit happens to your brain sometimes, and he's clicked onto this. He's 339 pounds or whatever. Get him on a fucking bike. We'll cast anything he breaks. You know, he's working on a canned ham for a heart and high blood pressure, diabetes, whatever, you know, he's out of control. And it just started this 7-month progression with me where I lost 126 pounds and I won the Grand National title. I won some nationals, I raced some state championships, tons of local races, and by the end of this 7 months, I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, winning the 8-footer, which is like one of the hardest trophies to win in BMX.
Wow, awesome.
So it started this, and it came with this great community of people and helpful and, you know, really generous people that came in the BMX community. So it locked me in. So I walked away from music for almost 5 solid years. So the last year I was racing, I wanted to start racing a 24-inch bike, which is called cruiser class. I usually race 20. I built a bike, got on the bike first time at the track, went over something, almost flipped over the bars, rode my front wheel down the backside of this obstacle, fishtailed, and at the very end of this wreck that I thought I just survived, slow motion crash, fell on my elbow and subluxed my shoulder. Like just jammed it into the joint, which is like a subluxation, not a dislocation. And I mean, look, in 5 years I had 5 injuries basically. It's a blood sport. You get hurt. It's 8 fucking guys my size
like
diving into a
hurt.
fucking turn. You're banging elbows, you're going 30 miles, 26 miles per hour into asphalt turns. It's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
So there's been injuries. Every other injury I had, I was like, shit, I got a race next weekend, or fuck, this blows it for me on these points. I've got to go somewhere else and get points now. When I did the shoulder, Jeff, I jumped up. Everybody said the first thing you did was you got up and you went like this. Can I drum? Like, it never occurred to me before on any of those little wrists or knee or ankle or anything. This one made me go, oh, fuck, I'm a drummer. You know what I mean? And
brought you back home.
You know, I thought I was going to be better in a couple weeks. It was fucking 8 months. And, you know, then the whole machine head thing kicked off. And it's now stretched into pretty much almost 2 years off the track. You know, so I'm getting back into it right now. I got new sponsorship and stuff. But
cool.
I take it super seriously, and it's super fun part of my life. And without BMX, I wouldn't have been ready to do the machine head thing. I was ready to snap and go, and I was twitchy, muscle strength, and everything. You know what I mean? So it really endurance, and everything, the weight loss, the health changes, all that stuff really.
You're playing long sets with them too, so it's
an hour and 25, hour and 35 minutes. You know, we do
still a lot, man.
Yeah, so you know, it's a test. You know,
Cool.
It's a test.
Well, that's great, man.
BMX saved my life, straight up.
Today's not great. I know it's when Josh Rosenthal got me into jiu-jitsu, it was the same theme. Every time somebody, you know, rolls on your arm weird or cracks your leg, or you know, I've had my ribs broken, I've been punched in the mouth. I've had all these things happen, but as soon as something affects your way to work
Yeah.
and your way to drum, you automatically have to back off.
Oh, yeah.
And that's always your
At a DNA
control
level.
is like, okay, I cannot go here no more because
Yeah.
I can't stop drumming and I can't not work. So
Right.
your sports that you choose for fun and for hobbies have to, you get so into it and it's competitive and you want to just be that
totally.
guy and you want to do it and it's fun.
Yeah.
But you also got to check yourself, especially being a musician. So
Oh, hell yeah.
that's just
That's
the way
why
it
I
is.
got-
And you're getting
that's-
old. Like we're all getting old.
That's why I got out of training jiu-jitsu. I turned Josh on to jiu-jitsu
I know you
in
did,
'94. Came home
Yeah,
from
Josh.
the Machine Head Biohazard tour. Biohazard brought a jiu-jitsu specialist out on the road, Canseco Nunez Gracie, and learned all this stuff that I'd never known. And I had done martial arts throughout, time, all kinds of different ones. And I came home and I was choking Josh and bending his wrist and putting him in. Look at this. He's like, ah! And then he found out that Wally J was in Alameda.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we started going and seeing Wally J. But I picked up a lot of stuff fast and then I was good. Because I was done with reaching back and having the wrist or the
Yeah,
thumb,
yeah.
or like you said, the collarbone, because the dance of the white belt, you're all scrambling and
Yeah.
getting kicked in the mouth, and it's just a mess, right? So that's kind of why I backed off of jiu-jitsu, like you said. If
Yeah.
it gets in the way of working or getting your bills paid or musicianship or just I just back off,
Yeah.
And like BMX is the first time I didn't do that,
Yeah.
in my whole life. It was like, I'm doing this, and if I get hurt, I get hurt. But the shoulder scared me.
Yeah,
It
no
definitely scared me.
Well, thanks for coming.
Of
And
course.
thanks for being on our show.
Yeah, man.
And we got a little treat for you. Me and Chris are going to play some drums. We're just going to run through some songs that we both play in different bands of ours. And hope you enjoy everything.
Yeah, it's
All right,
gonna be fucking
everybody.
kick ass.
Mr. Chris Kontos.
All right, that was some great drumming. Now get ready for the full band. Are you ready? Woo! Please welcome back Bay Area's own Mordred!
Oh, yeah. Abundant wax and drain, fever of scandal eyes, to the divas who leave us behind. We give our hearts and we live again. And the black and white intend to pace and drive with the softcore human kindness. And the bonus life to pass across our last intention. Feather touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. On the bonus life to pass across our last intention. For the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. What nation comes in them there? Giving people, I won't tell ya secrets. In the high tension wild run alongside of it. And the faces of film and traces of rain wind up and slowly away. And the bonus life to pass across our last intention. For the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. And the bonus life to pass across our last intention. For the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. And spits. Images of humankind is turning in all the clothes and reach out the wrongs. Glass for the paths and coated with court cable. To entertain the main attraction and explain the accidental complication. Fear of separation, lacerations and incisions, complication and decisions. And bonus life to pass across the last intention. To the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. And the bonus life to pass across the last intention. For the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. Oh, the bonus life to pass across the last intention. For the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. Oh, the bonus life to pass across the last intention. For the touch of intervention, not to mention, not to mention, not to mention. That right there is Christian Powell. You might have heard his name before or read it on many of the things we did. He helped write that particular tune, as well as so many other hats the man wears. He does all the filming for all the winter music shorts that we do. We spend a lot of time together, and I've known this man for a long time. He's been playing with us for a long time, and we just love him. Thank you, Chris Powell.
Thank you, Chris. Love you, brother.
So much love in this room. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. We're having a really good time, getting a little bit of a live music high going right now. So without too much ado, boop boop-a-doo, romper bumper stomper boo. I see you. Don't flames that never fade. Ooh. 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 Not hard to say. My system used me. Hot bold and say. Just hit me. Thank you so much. More Mordred after this.
Brought to you by the Emery Villains. Western swang from Ma Rhodey's Roadhouse to a honky-tonk near you.
Usually, when there's a crime, there is a motive. Duh.
I want to know why 27 men died on that pier for what appears to be $91 million in dope that wasn't there. And I want to know why they were covered in Cheetos and barbecue sauce. One was in lingerie.
Usually, When there's a lineup, there's only one real suspect.
This whole thing is a bag of shake. They got nothing on me but seeds and stems. And there's no way they'd line up 5 stoners in the same room. Not with all those donuts there.
But this is not the usual crime.
Kaiser Nose was seen at the harbor smoking blunts with many men.
He saw Kaiser Nose?
And these are not the usual suspects. Holderby.
I'm a businessman.
White.
There's nothing that can't be smoked.
Harley.
He'll smoke you. He'll smoke you for real.
Arthur.
So you guys are telling me you got a team of monkeys working around the clock smoking this shit?
DJ Paws.
Aaron, really. But people say, I rock the house.
He doesn't know what you want to know. Do you have any idea how much this guy smokes?
In pounds or metric? I don't think he does. Not exactly.
In a world where nothing is what it seems.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled, he's here, was convincing the world.
I know he's here!
That cannabis was bad for you.
That's his cologne, don't you know? He's here! I'm telling you, Kaiser Nose, he's here! I am not making this shit up because I'm bored, I got nothing to do, you take me prisoner. He's here!
But you've got to look for the unusual suspects.
I'm smarter than you.
In your dreams.
I'm gonna find out what I want to know, whether you like it or not.
Fuck around and find out.
I work for Kaiser Nose. He feels you owe him. He does not expect all of you to stay conscious. For those of you who do, you will have $91 million worth of high-grade cannabis to do with whatever you please. Probably enough to last the weekend.
Give me the weed, you motherfucking cocksucker!
That dope is shit.
That shit ain't dope.
This whole thing ain't dope.
Shit! I can't feel my legs. I'm so wasted.
It was Kaiser Nose, Agent Gomes. I mean, the devil himself. But you about to get them hands if you don't back up.
Scott always said I don't believe in God, but I'm afraid of him.
Well, I believe in God. And the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Nose. And running out of ganja.
Brought to you by Dunleavy, the smoothest flavors, including limoncello and sweet leaf. Top shelf high grade vape charges. Dunleavy.
Falling find her gone, and a note says only after dark.
red and blue states in a black and white world. Pay attention, what you see is what you get. The image of accomplishment is just an illusion. Urban quicksand, never-ending debt. The resurrection of monoliths when you just stay projects. All familiar faces are gone. Now there's paper millionaires looking like I don't belong. In the city I was born, this is wrong. This American dream. This American dream is not for you, it's not. There's a lock on the box. It's what our parents prayed for. There's a bar on the door. We won't lie with anymore. Back down and out of sight, cause this American dream is not for you, it's not. No apologies, can't apologize. Easy to believe, no way to disguise. All that you receive, tears the angels cry. Stricken with disease, all that you despise. Burning in my brain, kill the beast inside. In this life of pain, suffer from your pride. Gluttony and greed, all you can desire. Everything you need, let me all inspire.
Brought to you by Speyside Coffee, Roasting Company and Cafe. Now safely open in 2 locations. The best coffee of Scotland.
You're killing me!
Next Very interesting.
Thank you. Please welcome back to the stage, Mordred! Woo!
Live and direct. This is not for the light-hearted.
Hey, Darcy. Doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you want to say. It doesn't matter if you've been unkind. Doesn't matter who you left behind. I want your voice to silence. I want your soul to fray. I want your brain to balance. I want your breath today. I wait. I crumble. I invade. I put you under. You can choose to not believe I'm here. Still here. I flourish most inside your feet. Metal ambassador. All I need is a moment. All I want is your blood. All I want is an excuse, and I'll take the blame. I'll make you wish you never ever heard my name. I'll make you take the pleasure and minister the pain. I ache. I'm alive. I am viral up deep inside. You can choose to not believe I'm here. I'm still here, my dear. I flourish most inside your fear. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Here's a time to take what's mine and leave it. I miss the days when we first met. First of all, I'd just like to thank everyone who's tuning in this evening or this afternoon. It's what time is it here now? Anyhow, let me see. I'm old, I can't see. It's 3:24 p.m. And I'm saying hello to Michelle Powell. How you doing? Aki, Renee Cruz.
What's up, Aki?
Let's see, who else? Azzy Holderby. That's my cat. Dang, from like years ago. Okay. Who we got? Christian Powell, oh, that's our man over there answering everybody in real time with the crazy live show. It's in all its glory.
Hell yeah.
It's the live show. Acting the fool. no one's disciple. The sun is my right eye, and the moon is my left. Thunder rides across the skies to the west. We dream the faster I look underneath the desert sky. We race into another world, and our souls will never die. Sky purified over miles of fire. Hypnotize my mind's eye out of body flight to the wind and sky, dancing ghost blue vision smoke. Light me blind to find the silent words I spoke. The faster I look underneath the desert sky, we reach into another world, and our souls will never die. Desert sky, we reach into another world, and our souls will never die. Oh, yeah. All right. I can't tell you how good it feels to be up here on the stage. There's no place open, no place to see bands. There is no way to get your fix for your comedy, your short films. We love making those short films. Thank you, Chris. Your burlesque, you get it all here. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the best place to be right now. to fear them, of the money bells are ringing for those who hear them, and the seeds of the future. Wait, you can sow them, sound of your voice and taught them, and they show them all the ways you were managed to perpetuate society. Days you were shattered to bring you notoriety. With better when you realize and fools, pain will wait, take you to be your tools, make your own way in this life. Have to find a way to rise above the pain and strife. Make your own way in this life. Have to find a way to rise above the pain and strife. Piles of bodies and bodies to see them, and some that didn't make it, you can choose to be them. How to make them off with a plague of illiteracy. The rest is a form of complacency that we can't sit by to tolerate. We have problems to alleviate. That education and suppression, the homeless in the streets, all the few and the averages to wake up and breathe your own way in this life. Have to find a way to rise above the pain and strife. Make your own way in this life. Have to find a way to rise above the pain and strife. And there's only one, and there's a means to an end, but unfortunately tougher than the joy the things that we need. Like creatures in the water, in the air, we breathe and we wonder whose fault it was. Thinking it's not yours, but that's not it, cause we took for granted the thing that make our lives complete. Every wide you rise, you get the fuck out on the street and make your own way in this life. Have to find a way to rise above the pain and the strife. Make your own way in this life. Have to find a way to rise above the pain and strife. Thank you, thank you. Funk, what's that say? Funk Funks. Pia Poopa Scoops, I know you, Super Scooper. Aki, of course. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We love you.
Love y'all.
Oh, we love you. What are we going to do now? Play him something, Wayne.
That's our show. Give it up for Mordred. Woo! Give it up for Brian Crow and Becca Henry with the news. Give it up for Edie Eve and the beautiful dancing. Thank you for supporting art, whether it's music or it's that or it's my C- comedy. Thank you for supporting. We're only going to get through this with art and laughter and music. So please support your artists out there who are struggling. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Also, September birthday is Chris Luterio tomorrow. Tommy Guerrero the 9th. Emily Goldman the 29th. Any others?
Well, it's my birthday coming up, October the 26th. That's a while away. We'll see you, though. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Thank you. All right. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for our Halloween extravaganza. We're out.